And welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Brothers. Here you have your boy Derek. There you have your boy Joe.
Yo, yo.
There you have your boy Ford.
What's up?
And we have a special guest with us for this episode. We have your boy Arthur. Arthur, say what's up to the people.
Big money Mick in the building.
I just want to say, man, I appreciate the invite. It took Joe long enough to set this up.
Oh,
Hey, I wanted to ask that because Joe said you was at his neck for a minute.
bro, hold on. Before he speak his piece, let me speak mine. In my defense, Derek is the president of Unfiltered Brothers. So it's like
that's an unofficial title.
So all suggestions and everything that has to be done has to go through proper channels, has to go through the committee. And for some reason, bro,
proper protocol.
Mick, I proposed it, bro. I was like, yo, Derek, let's go ahead and have my boy Arthur on there. I said, he's cool. I said, him. So Derek was like, this is what Derek said, right? I'm talking to him. Derek was like, all right.
That nigga lying.
So I was like, I tried to do it. You said you wanted to hop on. You've been showing mad love. I was like, man, like this man, Derek, man, president status, bro.
Nah, Joe is the one that been slacking. This how, how you on now?
Yeah.
Because Joe told me about it like a week ago.
Yo. First of all, no, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. I've been said that we gotta have Tim and Mick on. Then
you said
Derek did Tim's podcast.
I said Tim. And then
no, because you don't be listening. Because you don't be listening to me,
bro. We text all this. We have the receipts, bro. We have the receipts. It's all in text.
Hold on. First of all, don't leak my receipts like old girl did. What's his name?
Who?
Don't leak my receipts.
I don't know.
Oh, you ain't see it, dude?
You gotta pick me on game.
We'll save it for like the next episode.
We can say that for another time.
Yeah, we'll talk about the next episode. But yeah, apparently, Little Baby hit up Miss London.
Oh, she was talking about that. Don't ask me how I know, but she was talking about that.
All right, so we're just gonna start that.
Oh, y'all stupid. But yeah, so for this episode, pretty much we want to talk about like legacy, like generational wealth. We have 4 individuals on here, but I'm sure all of us have different paths. We have different mindsets. But I think at the end of the day, we all care about that last name. Our last name, what it means to us, and what we want it to mean to the generations after us. And since we have Arthur as a guest, I'll come to you. Starting off, just what does legacy mean to you as an individual?
Legacy means to me like leaving something behind, like leaving your mark, like just like what you do in your life is like people can say like you did something great or you did something new. Like take for instance Martin Luther King. He left a great legacy behind because what he did for the community, what he did for African Americans, both in the civil rights movement. So like, or like for somebody local, like Reverend Bob Vaughn, for instance, like he left a legacy behind both his group, the Gospel Travelers, which led to my group, the Charlotte Angels, following in their footsteps. So like when you hear the name Travelers or Reverend Bob Vaughn, people that's even in other states already know who you're talking about.
Definitely. Since it's been a minute since you've been on the episode, so we're gonna get you talking. So, like, I guess the follow-up question for you is like, what do you want your legacy to be?
My legacy, I want people to remember like the good things. Like I've done a lot now within the community, and thinking about it's like a lot more that I want to do, and I want to like leave a legacy that my family and my friends and like my children and my grandchildren, great grandchildren, they can all be proud of, and like they can live off that legacy and add on to it when they're coming up.
Lit. How about you, Arthur?
And yeah, like Ford was saying, I look at it as leaving behind something that your family can remember you by, something that the people that you know and even the people that you don't know can can look back and say, dang, he did that. Like for me, I got kids, so that's part of my legacy. Raising them right and showing them the right way to do things. I want to be able to leave something behind for them, you know, so that they can have a jump start in life. I mean, not a lot of people know this, but my grandfather, I was raised around a business all my life. My grandfather's business is still going, so he left behind a legacy. And my uncle is now carrying out, that legacy. So I want to do something like that with my kids, and have people remember me by something unique, something special.
Definitely. I don't want to backtrack, but do you mind going like telling a little bit of your background to the people?
Yeah. So grew up in Red Oak, Virginia, small town, nothing there. We ain't got no stoplights in that, man. When we say rural Virginia, that's rural Virginia. But grew up there, was raised with my grandparents. Um, so old school upbringing. Uh, decided to get away, went to college, JMU, gained a little knowledge there, came home, started going to Liberty once I started working there. So, I started having kids at about 25 and 26. Just something that I wanted to kind of go ahead and get out of the way. I wanted to be a young dad. So I can relate to what's going on nowadays.
I feel like you're
Um,
taking shots, low key. I want to be a
What's
young.
crazy is
I want
that
to be a
like
young dad.
what's crazy is that I be forgetting how old Nick
Oh boy.
is. Like not the Nick's childish or nothing, but like you. And then when he was like, "Yeah, I want to have kids at like 26, 25." I was like, "Damn, I've met Nick's kids. How old is Nick?" Like, bro, you got to find the youth. Whatever you got, you doing it right. Living that stress-free lifestyle, I guess.
yeah,
That's what you
bro.
got to do.
It's all about peace, man. Peace. So,
Yeah, I heard that. Most definitely.
oh
What
yeah.
about you, Joe?
Most definitely. As far as legacies, when I proposed these topics, I was like, man, I was like, yeah, I threw it out there and I was like, damn, like, what am I, like, what is that even, like, what was I really going to say? But nah, all jokes aside, like, when I sat down and I thought about it, like, legacy to me would be like, just like my name. Like, we like in an earlier episode we were talking about like generational curses and breaking that. Like I kind of want that to be attached to my legacy. Like he was the Tony that kind of did it right and all that and stuff like that. Like not saying that my grandfather and my dad didn't do it right or anything like that, but like just like taking the name to the next level. And when my kids inherit the name, I want them to take it to the next level. And like what that means being said, like my dad went to college, but he went to college later in life. Like he did it to advance in his employment. My grandfather didn't go to college. I went to college, and like Derek and everybody else, like that's something that we pride ourselves as like first generation. And the thing about it is that like I want my kids to take it to the next level. Like that's why I was like I'm making sacrifices and doing the things that I do because like I want them to be able to like, all right, I went to college and I did this, but I want you to take this legacy that I've gave you. Like I want you to take this name and I want to take everything that I've given you. I want you to take it to that next level. I want you to go do something more with it. You don't have to do what I did. You don't have to do like don't follow in my footsteps. Don't be a pale imitation of this great person that you're aspiring to be. But
Right.
Call it like it is.
You great, Joe. You
But
great.
I know, because you asked me to be on the podcast. I didn't ask
Ah,
you.
I respect it. I respect it. That I can't look. I can't look. I can't even say nothing to that one. I can't even say nothing to that one. You got
Bro,
that
I'm
one.
on one today,
You
ain't
got
it?
that one.
I'm like, look, phone. We can hear everybody in the group chat later.
Oh yeah, man. Guess what this motherfucker said on the goddamn podcast.
Oh snap! But yeah, like I want them to take it to the next level, and I think that when we talk about legacy, we think about it as a business. You know, like I'm a pass. Like if I got a car garage, I want my kid to have this car garage. But with me, I kind of want, if I was to start off as a car garage, I want my kid to be like, all right, I'm gonna take the shop, but I'm gonna make it into a franchise. Not that big that quickly, but you know what I'm saying. Take it to the next level. And if they don't, that's fine. Like of course, I don't like, to me personally, like I don't plan on following my dad's footsteps. He's more of a hands-on. I'm more of a like, I did the hard work. It wasn't for me. I went to college. Give me a pencil and a paper, and I can make something shake. But yeah. So that's what it means to me. Like taking something from my life, molding it, forming it, and making it something prosperous to give to my kids, or my, to the youth, and having them do the same thing, and it becomes this glorious thing. And like Ford was saying, with Martin Luther King, like that legacy was, I feel like his legacy was so impactful and so big that taking it to the next level I feel like would have been very difficult, but it was something that was amazing to do. And that's kind of what I want to do. Like, even if it's something, I always thought about starting like a boys and girls club or something like that, and just like, taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
And something along that lines. What about you,
Arthur,
Derek?
I wanted to piggyback what Arthur said when he was talking about he grew up around, business. You say your grandpa had a business?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much, like, I wanted to ask y'all, like, I think this correlate, right? So if you were asked by your child or whatever to tell them a story about like your, maybe not your grandparents, but your great grandparents, could you do that?
Yeah.
Cause I don't think I could. Like for my great grandparents, like not my grandparents, but their parents.
Their parents.
Well, I could pass on the stories that I was told, but as far as like seeing it firsthand, I couldn't, because I didn't. My great grandparents were like gone by the time I was here.
No, it just put a thought in my head. It's like a lot of people don't like. Some people don't like really know like their grandparents or like their great grandparents because they ain't leave nothing behind.
Oh yeah.
It's like that legacy, that legacy part is like so important. I think we fell off of having those conversations in the household, like just continuing the name, continuing, reminding the younger generation about who our grandparents were, what type of person they were. But I feel like a lot of reasons that stop is just because like we honestly don't know. We don't know because they didn't leave anything behind us for us to remember them by. So like I think for me personally, it's like I want to like generations after me, I want them to know like I work like my ass off so they can be good for the rest of their life, and their kids and their kids and their kids. And pick like I was saying, like put that respect on our last name. If you, I'm pretty sure for I don't know, as long as this earth is good, if it ain't burnt down or anything like that, you're gonna know names like Bezos. Shoot,
Oh
Dwayne.
yeah.
You're gonna know the Waynes. You're gonna know their
Oh,
legacy.
most definitely.
Just names like that. It's like, and you can just say that last name, and we know exactly who you're talking about. So I want that.
Of course.
Exactly. So I want that could be like me. Like you say Robson, I'm like, oh, you talking about you talking about Derek, you know, it's me. Robinson is like a lot of people got Robinson, you know, but if you say Robinson, he's like, oh, I know who you talking about. Like he, you know, he put in the work, he did this and that. He left, pretty much, he left a good impression on everyone while he was here. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about the impact that you make. You know, I feel like, if I like left this earth, you know, today, it's like I know like the impact that I've had on so many people. Like I can, like you wouldn't be able to fill up a church. You know, it will overflow of people, just because the impact that I've made on, you know, that those people. Um, can y'all hear me good? I'm going slow on my hand. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think for me, you know, be that person. I want to have that last name. When you say Robinson, he, you know, he was someone with integrity. He was someone that's, you know, respectful. He was someone that's authentic. Always, you know, always told the truth. You know, just honesty and everything like that. And just be able to leave those assets behind. A lot of times I heard like you want your ceiling to be your kids' floor. You know, that's where you want them to. That's where you want them to start off at. So it's all about. So it's all about what we do now. You know, it's like that's why. And like the last episode when we were just talking, it's like it's fine like how you want to live your life and this and that, but don't leave no regrets. You know, don't be that person when you get older and regret not doing this to put yourself in a better position, so you can set yourself up even better in the future. You know, like would you rather work, you know, 40 to 50 years tirelessly than, you know, sacrificing 5 to 10 to actually set yourself up for stability, you know, in the future like that. And I think then when you talk about wealth, man, I think people don't really understand like the real meaning of wealth. You know, it's a lot of definitions out there, but I think for me personally, it's more than just money. You know, it's about the knowledge and everything that you can pass down to your kids, because you can have money, but if you don't know how to manage that shit, oh, you're gonna lose that quickly.
Yeah. Like, and that's why when I threw the topics out there, they kind of go hand in hand. Going back to an earlier point about grandparents and stuff like that, like that's who taught me, like, you know, how to do a lot of the stuff that I did. Like I never forget when I first started working, my grandmother was like, put this amount in your savings. She was like, get used to living off this amount. And then she was like, when you start making more money, like, you know, you need to learn how you was living off. She was like, if you were living off $800, which is, I mean, shit, I don't know who anybody could live off $800, but if you were living off $800 and you somehow made it to 1,200, you continue to live like you was off 800. And she was like, that does not mean don't go out there and buy yourself things that you deserve and that you want, but save, be frugal. You know, like stuff like that. And I think that's a part of the legacy. You know, like that's something that I can go down and I can teach my kids, like, all right, your grandmother taught me how to do this. You know, she taught me how to properly use a tool, or she taught me how to, like, you know, do like you know, outside work and everything like that. Like, she was the one that taught me how to do this. I'm gonna teach y'all how to do it, because, you know, she was like, before someone gets over on you, because, you know, someone ends up charging you $1,000 to do landscaping, I can teach you how to do it, and you only paying $200-300, not at your own pocket or whatever like that. So, but with that being said, I feel like that's wealth.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you sitting there, you like we think of, like you said, we associate wealth with money, and a lot of times we associate legacy with money. You know, like you said, like the Bezos, like, oh, off the rip, them kids, his kids ain't got to work no more. And if they think about having kids, they gonna be like, I might want to work, but I ain't got to, because my great, you know what I'm saying? And while that's good, like I think that's like that's amazing. Like as no matter what we say, no matter what we think, what he's done has prepared his kids for a lifetime. But I think that like that the generational wealth and legacies and everything also goes with the concept of like, what have you taught your kids, and what are your kids gonna teach your kids, and what I mean, he's gonna teach their kids, et cetera, et cetera. Like, and I think that we don't really think about that aspect enough. Like we think about, and I like the point of you saying my ceiling is my kid's floor. Like that, and that's exactly what I was saying. All right, I don't bust my butt. I don't went to college. I was on honor roll. I did everything I was supposed to do because your grandmother told me I had to. Now I ain't saying you gotta go out here and get all A's, my daughter, my son, but I'm gonna say this: you better be doing something. I graduated college in 3 years. You can do it in 2 if you want to. like, but not even just that. Just like I feel like that's the purpose of life. You bust your butt for that next generation, and I think that that's where a lot of us have fallen off as parents. We don't teach our kids the things that our parents taught us. And I don't have kids, so I can't speak from the personal experience. Like, I feel like this is a strictly a signal for Nick, because Lord knows,
Look, I
if
did.
you know me, you know my stance with kids, boy. If I don't want them right now at all.
Nah, yeah, I did have a
But
question.
like,
Oh, my fault.
no, I'm done. I was
No,
rambling. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna make a question. Like, did you have that mindset before you had kids, or you think it shifted once you started having kids because you knew everything you doing now is not just about you, it's it's more than you now? You think your mindset shifted then, or did you like really already have that mindset before then?
No, I think I mean I always one thing that my grandparents and my parents always told me was, you can do anything you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So like I always knew that I was destined for something better than what, how I grew up. It's just that kids amplify that.
Mhm.
They give you an extra drive to like, get up, go do it. Whatever goals you set for yourself, you know, you got to run through the walls because them kids there for you. Like they dependent on you. Like if you don't do it, then they can end up in a situation where where I was. Like I want to make sure that I provide enough for them that they have options. Like for me, I felt like I ain't have no options. Like I had to go to college. Like I felt like that's what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want them to have to like say, well, this is the only route I got to take. I guess I can't do nothing else. I want to set them up so well that they can literally decide to do whatever they want to be passionate about. Whatever it is that they are passionate about, they can pursue it. So
Wow.
Yeah.
And you don't hear that. Like, not even trying to be rude. Like you don't, because it's like I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't have a choice. Like it was like my mom told me straight up. She was like, you either go to college, you get a trade, you go to work. You choose which one of them three you want to do. I said, I don't want to work. I was like, man, yeah. I was like, I don't. But dude, I have been working since I was like 16. Like, and that's not like a long time compared to some people. But like, I was over it. I was like, man, like I worked on cars, and it was like small stuff, like change the oil, change the tire, and I'm glad I did it because I got that experience. But I didn't want to do that. No, dude, it was time cars and the cars be hot and you gotta reach down there, you burn yourself. I was like, oh, I'm over all that. I thought in the trade because I it's always good to have a backup plan. But then it goes back to the concept of me not wanting to do hard work, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, no. I said college it is. Like, but I didn't give me what Mick was talking about.
Hey Joe, we're gonna come back to you. Yeah, he was good. He was tripping. But I feel where you was coming from. I haven't had kids yet either, but I feel like that's the scariest, most beautiful thing ever. It's
Right.
like it's like you have to take care of a whole nother life.
Yeah.
That person's
Right.
life, that person's life depends on you as a parent.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I feel you know.
People, I'm not to get off topic, but as far as kids go, I hear people say, "I'm not ready." You're never ready, bro. No
Oh
matter
yeah,
what you
yeah.
say,
You're never
you're
gonna
never
be.
ready. Nah. So
So
Yeah.
how you
So
gonna sit there and charge me $15 for something you don't even know? Oh, my bad, y'all. I ain't know y'all was back in this thing. What's going on with you? My bad, dude. I
shut
told
up.
you, dude, my internet has been tripping this whole time. I don't know what is going on today.
Nah, you
Probably
good.
because it's raining outside.
Probably so.
But just like I was saying, like I feel like I didn't have options. Like I felt like I had to do this. And I think that's good that Mix was like, like I'm gonna give you these options to explore whatever you want to explore. Because I feel like if you force a person to live a life that they don't want to live, they end up being unhappy. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter how prosperous they are. If you sit there and you make an artist sit behind a nine to five and never be able to paint ever, they're gonna be unhappy because they're not exploring the talent and the art that I feel like they was put here to do. And I understand you have a decision. Like sometimes, like you said, when you have kids, you gotta do what you gotta do, regardless. And when you have responsibilities, you gotta do what you gotta do. But then it's like I think that it's a wonderful thing to give our children the option of doing what they want to do. I think that's a hell of a generational wealth right there. Because when you do that, then when they raise their kids, they're gonna be like, "Look, your grandfather told me I can do what I want as long as I was self-sufficient and I was making money." And it's gonna give them the option to like do more and explore more. And it's gonna take us out this bubble that I feel like we as especially African Americans, we're trapped in. Um, you know, that's just how I feel personally. But
I think what I got.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, you good. No, I think what I got most from what he said about his kids is like that's how you know that's like a trait with like successful people. If you actually like study like successful people, it's not about them at all. Like their purpose is solely on just other people. And I know personally myself, it'd be like you hear a lot of times like what he was saying about his kids, but you hear that from people. It's like I want to create more options, for myself. Nah, I don't want to create more options for myself. I want my kids to have more options than I had. You know what I'm saying? So that's even like when you have that type of like your drive is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So your drive is out this world. Like you just like you have that figured out mentality. By all means, like I'm gonna get it because that's who I'm doing it for. You know, and and honestly, man, that should be for anybody. And honestly, like your purpose got to be about more than you itself. Anyway, like when people like it can't just be about money. Because you never have enough money. Once that money come in, you gonna want more, more, more. That's just that's greed. You know, so it can't just be about money. So you gotta have some type of purpose that's gonna be impactful to other people. You know what I'm saying? So that's like LeBron starting that school. What is it?
Yeah.
What is it called? What is it? I promise. I'm
promise.
Hey,
trying.
don't make me lie to you.
Promise. Yeah. But it's just like that though. You know what I'm saying? It's LeBron already have like he already have a legacy just because he's LeBron. But starting a
Exactly.
school, that's stamped. That's gonna be in the community for probably hundreds of hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? If nothing happens to it. But I'm sure if something happens to it, he's just gonna rebuild it, remodel it, whatever. But that's how you leave a stamp where you at. You
I
know.
feel like individuals like LeBron and like mega stars, Beyonce, LeBron, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. I feel like when you reach that level of stardom, your legacy's already set. You've already stamped your mark in history. It's up to you to decide like what you're gonna do from this point on. Because you, like you said, the money's on. You always gonna want more money, but like Beyonce's kids ain't got to work no more if they don't want to. Blue Ivy, like Jay-Z set Blue Ivy up as, oh, DJ Khaled did the same thing. Like he put his son as like the executive producer
Yep.
on his album. That means every time that album is streamed or whatever, he makes money from that. Like that's kind of what like I would aspire for my kids. Like, bro, make money like off my name. Like, let my work make you money. Now don't
Right.
become lazy, not make your own money. But like, if I can help any way, shape, or form to better you and put you on the next level, then let me do it. Because at one point I'm gonna get old and I'm gonna need somebody to come live with. I always think about that. Like, bro, like you laughing, bro? Like, nah, I want my kids to make at least
I
like
understand.
6 figures. I want my and I want to say 6 figures. I mean, I want them to make 6 figures, and then I want their spouses to make 6 figures. So it's a combination of 6 figures. And then when that happens, like I just want my own little space in their house, like just my own little man cave. Because that's what I'm looking for. Because when that retirement hits, let's say me and Shonda, we retired and we old and we sitting back and we like, babe, I don't want to work no more. I don't even want this house. Let's go sell the house and let's go travel the world. At 50 or whatever. We go travel the world. We come back. We ain't got no house. Hey, kids, what y'all been? But nah, all jokes aside, like setting a legacy, I feel like is one of the most important things. I did want to have this question though. Do you think, as the Black community, because we always gonna bring it back to race, do you think the Black community has the most trouble with setting a legacy for their kids? And the reason I ask that, because I think about the struggles that we have to obtain the things that we do want, and we do it like it's always going to be those hurdles. Do you think that it's harder for us to establish those legacies in our, like, not so much in our communities, but for like our kids and stuff like that?
I think we get in that rat race, man. We us as a people, we are so controlled by the media. As you can see, like a lot of things that happen in the world, like we're controlled by it. Now we normally set the trends, but it's normally for, I would say, for like show, like we want to be seen, and that, we get caught up in that. And most of the time, it's not about being seen; it's about doing that work on the back end. That's what's important. But just thinking about like music, entertainment, like we're at the forefront of that.
Yeah.
A lot of us are, persuaded or moved by being seen. That's not it. Like I'd rather do my work in private. Like you can see me after the progress, after I've done what I needed to do. Like I feel like a lot of us need to take a season to separate ourselves from everything and focus on what it is that we really need to be
doing. Yeah, I can agree to everything that that he said. I would say I feel like it's like going to be like with this generation, like our generation. I feel like it is a shift going to happen though, because I feel like it is a lot of people that's actually thinking about that, thinking about legacy and thinking about ownership and everything like that now. I've seen that the most probably this year than anything, honestly. So I do feel like there is going to be a shift in people's legacy and everything like that. But like he was saying, a lot of people we're so manipulated, and you gotta watch that movie that I was talking about, because it mentioned it mentioned it
really
it mentioned it on that as well at the end of the movie. Just how Black people are so manipulated. And it made me feel some type of way, but then I was like, it's true though. You know what I'm saying? It's so true. But I think the last thing I would say is when you talk about legacy, like it don't, legacy is legacy. It don't have to be as big as like a Bezos or anything like that. Like if you talk about some people like local, Coach Scott gonna always
God, I swear to God, that was the first dude I was thinking.
Coach Scott is gonna always have a legacy. Not even in Prince Edward, but surrounding counties. I think Coach Scott is known in other states as well too. Just a legacy like that, just how he how he carried himself, how he treated his players and everything like that. You talk about Coach Scott, when you talk about track, Coach Baker, G got a legacy too.
Yeah, I was about to say,
G's legacy, his legacy gonna be around in this community forever. You know what I'm saying, with FBC. You know what I'm saying? That's how you lead that legacy. So it don't necessarily have to be nationwide or whatever, statewide, whatever. Bro, if you have that legacy in your community where you grew up at, that's good enough right there too, honestly. Because you can always know about Coach Scott. You know what I'm saying? You can always know about Coach Scott.
Son.
But
I don't call you son because you mine.
I call you son because you shine. Yeah. Coach, crazy.
They're fire, boy. I swear.
But yeah, any closing thoughts on this topic? Yeah, man. I hope y'all like whoever listening to this, I hope y'all have these conversations in y'all friend groups. And just stuff that y'all constantly think about. Like it don't always have to be, late night activities and whatever. Like you can actually talk about this stuff with your friends and everything like that. This is beneficial stuff. But going into our last segment of this episode, no cap, and we're gonna start off with Ford. See what fire he got for us for this episode.
I got one. Sound familiar? I might have already said it before, but
here you go.
Don't let yesterday take up too much of the day.
Okay, hold on, wait.
Don't let yesterday take up too much of the day. Don't let your past have a negative impact on your future. If you done messed up in the past, don't let it affect your future, because you can always get a second chance. It's always time to start over. I've messed up in my life over and over and over again, and I'm only 26 years old, and God has granted me the chance to start over and over again. So don't be held down because your past. Don't let people drag you down. So, you used to do this or you used to do that. That ain't really got nothing to do with them. Every day that God grants you is a new day. So the old day Sean is not a reflection on the new day Sean. Because the new day Sean, I wish the stuff that I know now, I wish I knew then, because I wouldn't have made those mistakes back then. But I also know those mistakes that I made taught me lessons, and they helped me to be a better person.
There we go. You talking that talk, boy.
So therefore, since I made mistakes that brought me to be a better person, so I don't let my mistakes bring me down. Do I think about those mistakes sometimes and like, I should have did this, I should have did that? But I realized that if I had made those mistakes, then I wouldn't be able to grow and learn more and be a better person that I am.
All right, well, Derek, you messed up. You told him to go first, and now mine is stupid as hell. Stupid. So I'm over all that, because you know what? I should have known he was gonna come with a banger, because he ain't been on in a while. I should have known. So thanks a lot, Derek.
I didn't have like a month to prepare.
Oh, sorry, you fool, boy. Derek, you gonna go next?
Oh yeah.
Don't tell me what to do. My no cap is no cap, be thankful. Going off what Ford has said, like every day is a blessing. You don't know what tomorrow may bring. It could be fortune, it could be misfortune. So just be thankful for where you are today. And even though I heard an old head tell me one time, be thankful for the misfortune too, because like Ford was saying earlier, that helped shape you into the person that you are today. So with that being said, I'm not going too long into it. Just simply be thankful, no cap, be thankful.
So my no cap is don't let your personality be an excuse for not doing something. Don't use your flaws, your weaknesses, and everything like that as well. You can always learn to do something better. Um, that's what books and mentors and everything is for. So don't use that as an excuse of why you can't do something. You can always be every day. You should always be a better version of yourself. So don't use your personality as an excuse not to do something. Mick, did you have one?
Yeah, man. My no cap is it's centered around what I believe in. Like, if you haven't found something to die for, are you really living?
Man, come on, man.
I mean, like, if you can't give your all to something, like my man Tim, all or nothing. He said it all the time. If you haven't been in a position where you can give your all to something, like, are you really living? Like, it's something that ET talk about it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need that. You want it as bad as you need to breathe. Like, if you don't got that, are you really living?
I like it. I like it. I like it. So,
I know. We got some good no caps. Next time I come on here, I'm gonna have a banger. It's gonna be fire.
got to, man. You gotta
I'm
step it up.
all your no caps out of it. Yeah, I
You gotta
know,
step
obviously. But
I do
y'all
too.
drop so much knowledge on y'all on the actual podcast. It ain't that. Yeah, wait. My no caps be light.
Nah, I'm fucking with it.
But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
So with that, come to the conclusion of this episode of Unfiltered Brothers. We appreciate Mick for coming on the episode with us, getting a good conversation in. Shoot, come back if you want. If Joe, tell me about it in the.
Well, I always tell you,
But-
Derek, but it has to go through those proper channels and everything like that. But yeah, thanks a lot for being on here, Mick. You're one of my boys, one of my day one, so I definitely appreciate it. This episode, of course, is a little bit shorter, so I feel like we should definitely be on another one. We can have really next time it won't be so proper. I didn't want, I wanted everybody to get to see the professional side before everybody saw the ignorant side.
we could definitely have another one.
Yeah. And I was thinking, Derek, just for a suggestion in the future, and for everybody that's watching, let us know what you think about it. I'm thinking about doing like a end of the year big podcast, maybe, where we have like a pretty large number of everybody, and we just talk literally ignorance, like just one of those. Because I feel like the last couple of our podcasts we've been real helpful, and we haven't really been on a real good ignorant conversation in a while.
No, that's
so
true.
I was like, let's. 2020 was real ignorant to us. It was real trifling. So I think we should end it accordingly.
That's true. I'm with it.
So for everybody that's listening, let us know in the comments what you think. For everybody that's been supporting us and showing us love, buying the shirts, any way that you even just simply listening and letting us know, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and ignite because I know Derek got somewhere to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and Derek, do that thing at the end of the podcast where you name like all our social media.
So with that, we come to the conclusion of this episode of Unfiltered Brothers. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media: Facebook Unfiltered Brothers, Instagram Unfiltered Brothers Podcast, Twitter Unfiltered Bros, and you can find our link for like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, as well as this YouTube channel on those social media platforms. But with that, y'all stay blessed, y'all stay safe, and we out here.
Peace.